Hey Andrew, what's so great about accounting?
Well, when I think about accounting, there's only one word that comes to mind. It's money.
Well, what's so great about money?
Are you kidding? Think of all the things you can do with money, all the places you can go.
Well, can I buy like a car or a plane?
Sure.
What about go to a tropical island or see the pyramids in Egypt?
Why not?
That sounds great. I think I'm ready to get a job in one of the big four.
Wait a second. You have a lot to learn before becoming an accountant. You even have 150 credits?
Well, not yet.
Have you even taken intermediate accounting with Cassini?
No.
How do you expect to become an accountant?
Well, I don't know.
Alright, I'll show you how. Let's start by using the break-even point. Let me ask you, how do you know if a company is doing well or not?
Well, if they're making money.
Yeah, pretty much. If a company is making more money than they're spending. But how do you know a company, how much they have to sell in order to not lose money?
I didn't read chapter 3.
Okay, it's simple. It's called the break-even point. It's where total sales revenue equals total expenses. Alright, well here we have the graph. On your x-axis you have the units produced. On your y-axis you have the dollars the company has made in revenue. And here you have the sales. The sales starts at 0. And as you sell more products, sell more merchandise, it goes up. And here you have your fixed cost, which starts at total cost, but fixed cost stays constant. And total cost, it goes up with your expenses. And in total cost, you have both the variable cost and the fixed cost. Where sales and total cost meet is called your break-even point. Now, in your break-even point, if what you're making or what has been done, if it's below the break-even point, this is your loss. Now, if it's more, then it's your profit. Okay, here we have one product. This is Orville Redenbacher's popcorn. The selling price per unit is $10. The variable cost is $3. Now, in order to get the contribution margin, you have to do 10 minus 3, which is $7. And here you have the fixed cost, $45,000, and the break-even. But in order to get the break-even, you have to calculate the fixed cost divided by contribution margin. So in this case, it would be $45,000 divided by $7, which would give you 6,428 and 57 units. But because we're dealing with units and not dollars, you have to round up, because you can't just have half a unit. So it would be 6,429 units. So here we have the selling price per unit for Under Armour socks. Now for product A you have $8 for the selling price, a variable cost of $3. So in order to get the contribution margin you have to subtract the $8 minus the 3, and that gives you $5. Likewise, do the same for product B. You take the $10 in the selling price minus the variable cost, and that gives you $7.50. Now, in order to find your sales mix, you have to take the number sold, which is in product A 600, and divide it by your total, which is 1,000. And that gives you 60% for product A. Now, for product B, you do the same. You take your number sold, which is 400, and you divide it by the total of 1,000, you get 40%. Now, when you want to find your weighted average unit contribution margin, you take the 60% and times it by the $5, which would end up giving you $3. And you do the same for product B. You take the 40% and you times it by $7.50, and that gives you $3. for a total in your weighted average unit contribution margin of $6. Now, when you want to find the break-even point, you take your fixed cost and divide it by your total weighted average unit contribution margin, and that gives you 9,000 units.
Well, I think I understand it now.
Good, I'm glad. It's not easy, but if you want to be a CPA, you just have to keep practicing, and then you can hit a home run.